I generated over 3 million views on social media using AI to write my scripts, and in the last year alone, I've made over $200,000 for my agency from content creation. But here's the thing. I'm not using ChatGPT to write any of my scripts. Most creators that are using ChatGPT right now, honestly, are absolutely cooked. They find some prompt on the internet that some AI guru gives to them, promising the world it'll make them go viral, all of this crazy stuff. They copy and paste it like everybody else and their mom, and then they wonder why their content doesn't perform. Honestly, I totally get it. Back in April of 2024, I lost everything overnight. My clients, my case studies, my business partners. I was starting from scratch, so I had two options. I could either give up or I could engineer a better solution. And it is single-handedly the best tool that I've used because the way that they're going about doing this is absolutely genius. Now, I've spent thousands of dollars across a bunch of different AI content tools especially, and I can sincerely say that nothing comes close to what I'm about to show you guys today. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to use the tool and create content that actually performs. I'll even talk a little bit about how I made the script for this very video. Now, the tool that we're going to be using today is called Poppy AI, and immediately looking at my screen, you're going to see a bunch of different stuff, but the biggest button that you'll see is this new board button right here. Now, this is really where the sauce is with this tool. So we're going to go ahead and click on new board. We're just going to call it content creation or something along those lines. It doesn't have to be anything super spectacular. Just call it whatever you want. And I'm just going to click on create board. Now, if you guys are anything like me, you're a very visual learner. I like to see things. I like to see things in front of my face. I like to be able to visualize them, especially when working with AI. You know, you have a bunch of different documents that you're giving to the model, and very quickly it gets very chaotic, right? You have all these different prompts and all these different places. It's an absolute mess. And that's where this tool really comes into play. As you can see here on the left-hand side, we have a bunch of different buttons. So we can either add voice files and it'll automatically transcribe those and give them to the model. We can create a mind map, which is an absolutely amazing feature. If you guys have used any tools like Miro or maybe Milanote or, you know, like tools along that line, this is kind of where they draw their inspiration. We can add images, we can add YouTube videos, we can add TikTok videos, Instagram videos, we can add text, and then finally, you'll see down here, we can also add documents and websites. Now let's talk about how we can actually start creating some viral content with this tool. Now, if you're watching this video, you fall into two categories. You're already creating content or you haven't created any content at all. If you're somebody who's already creating their content, we're gonna hop back into the board and we're gonna create a little group here. So this is kind of like a folder. You can think of it like a folder. We're just gonna double click here and we're going to rename this our winning content. I don't really mind leaving that one. And essentially what we're going to do is we're going to head to the Google Chrome store and you're going to download this extension. It's called TikTok and Instagram Sorter. I'm sure there are a bunch of, you know, different sorters like it. Personally, I like this one. It is paid, but it's super cheap. It's like dirt cheap, literally. And it's a super valuable tool because what you can actually do, I'm gonna go ahead and enable this. We're gonna sort by views. And if I head to Instagram right now, if I go directly to my profile, you can see here that my posts are sorting by views. So if I go to my reels here, you can see that my most recent posts are sorted by the highest views. Like this is one that I posted the other day. It's doing absolutely phenomenal. It's got about 81,000 views, 3,000 likes. And basically you can go ahead and click this start scroll button and you can increase the speed as well. And it'll go through all of your content previously and find all of your highest performing videos. I like to sort by views personally because that's just like a pretty good overall, you know, like health metric, right? So if I just let this go for a while, I'm just gonna let it go for a second. It's gonna scroll through all of my videos. You can do the same thing on TikTok or YouTube or whatever the case might be. So I'm gonna stop that now. I'm gonna go back to the top and we can see here, these are my best performing videos. So you can see this one here at the top. These two are like really, really great. You can see that I have this one right here, which is about like a new AI wrapping tool. You can see this one's about Sam Sulek. So maybe I wanna add this one to our chat interface. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the link to this video and I'm going to add it to my winning content. You can just paste it directly in there and it'll actually pull the Instagram video and transcribe the entire thing. So you don't need to, you know, go to some other tool and transcribe everything. Now I'm gonna go through all of my best performing videos. There are more than this, but it doesn't look like it got every single one of them. I'm just gonna go ahead and add this one as well. We're gonna give that a second, make sure it's inside of the group. Now, if you wanna make your group bigger, you can actually, once it's inside there, you can just drag it up against the borders and it makes it bigger. So we're gonna add at least 5 different videos. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go through these. I'm just gonna grab them just to, you know, have them there. I'm gonna grab this one, which is a very recent one. So obviously we want that. We're just gonna keep on going through this process until we have all of our videos. Now, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just gonna keep it to about 3 videos. Now, what we can actually do is zooming out of this board here, I'm gonna go ahead and click on this button, which is an AI chat. So we can go ahead and click on that. We can move it to the middle here, and then we can connect these using this little line. And guess what? Now they're connected. You can do the same thing with a YouTube video, image, website, whatever the case might be. It's able to pull all of the content from that website, and you can actually use it in your chat, right? So I'm gonna say, go through, I'm gonna say something like this. I've attached 3 of my best performing videos from Instagram. I want you to go through these 3 videos and break down my content style in terms of tone, common words or phrases I use, tone, and style. Once you have a good understanding of my content style, I want you to repeat it back to me. Boom. We're gonna go ahead and see what it says. So you can see initially that it's able to see everything inside of the videos, right? So let's go ahead and see what it said. So, in tone, direct and authoritative, fast-paced and energetic, education but casual, confident and knowledgeable, and then business focused with an emphasis on practical value. So this is actually really important for scripting in the first place. With actually recording your content, you want to have conviction, right? That's kind of like the whole purpose. No one wants to listen to someone where it's like, maybe it might be good to do this. It's like you have to have conviction in what you're saying. Fast-paced, obviously, short form, brain rot, all that stuff, right? Direct and authoritative, okay, cool. Educational but casual, that's my vibe. Be sure to drop me a follow. Let's see, using time constraints in 60 seconds or less. So those are typically the types of videos I'm doing. Starting sentences with transitional phrases. So let's hop into it. Using phrases that create urgency or importance. Just changed, forever, awesome. Breaking the content down into clear phases or steps. So the structure, quick hooks, clear step-by-step breakdowns, actionable information, call to action at the end. And it goes over the delivery and everything like that. So this is all really, really great stuff. Now, if you're not already creating content, you can actually go about this a different way. So what you can do is make a list of 3 to 5 of your biggest competitors. Like, for example, someone I really like to draw a lot of inspiration from is Devin Jotho, right? I've gone through his content so many times at this point, and he's just a phenomenal marketer. So this might be someone that you want to, draw a little bit of inspiration from. Like I said, I'd go through 3 of your competitors and pick 2 videos for each one. I wouldn't go all in on one because then you're going to end up sounding like that person. You don't just like their content, but you really resonate with the way they create their content. Devin's is really raunchy. He uses a lot of swears, a lot of sex jokes, everything like that. So if that's kind of your style, it's on the edge and it's kind of controversial, then that might be someone you want to take some inspiration from. But if you're into marketing and you're more so about that wholesome approach, then you might take inspiration from somebody like Mino here, who is more so just on the wholesome side of things and super down to earth. So really focus on creators that are successful and, create content in the style that you want to be creating content, because obviously that's where we want to get our tonality from. And then you can ask the AI model to break down their content even further. So once you've added all your videos there, again, you just connect it and it's super easy. You ask AI to analyze the style. Now here's where most people mess up. They don't know how to find winning content ideas. So let me break it down for you. There are 2 types of ideas. The first is evergreen content. This can be created any month, any day, any time of the year really, and it's a topic that's pretty much always relevant. Like a good example of this might be, again, the Sam Sulek video. I made a video going over his funnel, right? You can create that at any time. The second type of content topic is the current event topic. So this is a topic that goes viral solely based on a current event or some kind of trend. It's relying on a meme or maybe a song that's super popular, or it's relying on some kind of current event. Like, for example, this one, the SoundCloud rappers one, was relying on the breaking news in my industry that Google was releasing some kind of music tool. That was kind of the whole thing. If I created that video now, it definitely would not have performed because that's old news. It's it's outdated. Whereas these 2 videos are completely evergreen. This one's breaking down Sam's funnel, and this video is breaking down basically how I'd start AI and automation from scratch if, I had to start knowing nothing I do now. That's essentially what the topic of the video is. So you want to focus ideally on topics that are evergreen content. These are going to be topics that are performing pretty much year round. Topics like this, like the SoundCloud rapper thing, I did a video on the dark web that got 3 million views, and topics like that are really great for current events because they're very explosive, but at the same time, they fizzle out really quickly. You really only have 24 to 72 hours to hop on a trend like that. And even then, after that, it's the effectiveness really starts to go down. And you want to build good fundamentals with your scripts anyways. Make sure your videos are actually valuable. You don't want to just rely on riding waves all the time just to, get your videos popping. But occasionally it is fun to throw in current event videos like this one as well. Now, step 3 is basically any additions that you want to add on to this. Now, this part's completely optional, but if you're someone like me, I have a B2B offer. We help business owners, right? That's kind of our whole thing. So I really like to give the AI model a bunch of additional context context on our actual business. So what I'll typically do is add a group, and I'll just call it something like, my offer info. And then I'll add a bunch of information like our website, for example. So I might add this, https covenantlabs.net, and I'll go ahead and add our website. I don't even know if I typed it in right. I'm not zoomed in, but I'll add it. Yeah, I didn't type it in right. Whatever. But I'll add like our website and everything like that. And I might typically upload like a document going over what exactly our offer is as well, just to give the AI model more context. I might add like the link to our school group, everything like that. You can find that down below in the description. And then I'll just connect it just so it has a bit of context on my offer and like what exactly I do. You can add case studies, everything like that. And essentially, whenever you go to create a script, just ask it to pull from the knowledge base in terms of your offer and then also drawing inspiration from your content. Now, let's just say you wanted to create your viral script now. Let's say for this example, you have this video here with me talking about what I do if I was starting from scratch for AI and automation. Maybe you're someone who creates content about creating content or creates content about email marketing, right? You would say something along the lines of like, I want to write a short form video breaking down what I would do if I was an e-com brand starting from scratch with email marketing. I want to use the AI automation video as an example in terms of the structure and delivery of the video, just focused on email marketing. Now, of course, this isn't going to be like a perfect script. I don't want to give you guys the impression that it's going to be like viral, like straight out the gate, but this should give you a very, very, very good starting point, and you really don't have to do that much work at all. So let's go ahead and see what it comes up with. Awesome. Okay, so today we're going to turn your revenue machine using email marketing in 60 seconds or less. So let's hop into it. I would obviously change the hook, but first phase is capture. You're going to use tools like Privy or Justuno to create exit intent pop-ups and welcome mats offering a 10 to 15% discount in exchange for emails. The good thing about these tools is they integrate directly with Shopify and your email service provider. Awesome. Great. Phase 2, automation, 3 core flows. Awesome. This is very actionable stuff. So like welcome series, bestsellers, and then abandoned cart sequence and post-purchase flow. Great. That's all stuff that's very actionable and automation sauce like this. Okay, perfect. So it's a good place to start in terms of actually creating your scripts, and you can actually use these videos for reference without having to, go super crazy and try to transcribe them using a third-party tool and everything like that, right? So that's essentially the gist of it. In just a few seconds, you have a script in your tone of voice that's ready to go, minus a few changes that you might have to make, but with very, very, very minimal effort. Now, you might be thinking that this sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? Well, you have to pay for it, obviously. Software like this has costs on the back end in order to keep things running smoothly, and as a result, you have to pay to get access. Now, normally it's $324 for the entire year, but using my discount code Zorro, it comes out to $299 for the entire year, which is about $24 a month. Not too far off from the same price as ChatGPT, except you're getting a whole lot more. You get unlimited access to Claude as well as ChatGPT, so you have 2 different models. You don't have 2 different subscriptions going all over the place. You have access to the visual board. You have unlimited knowledge base that you can connect directly to the AI model. You can analyze viral content super easily. You can generate scripts in a matter of seconds. It's really a no-brainer. The only thing that you have to sort of be mindful of is the number of credits that you're actually using while using the tool. But just watch this quick video and it'll explain everything about how credits work, just to make sure you're not using too many or you don't run into your limit. And if all else fails, the guys at Poppy are absolutely amazing, so I'm sure they'd be more than willing to hook you up. So with that being said, if you're ready to stop wasting time with basic AI content tools or crappy prompts, go ahead and check out Poppy in the first link in the description or the first pinned comment down below and use code Zorro for $25 off at checkout. With that being said, if you guys found this video valuable, be sure to drop it a like for the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to see more content from me, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss another upload, and I will see you guys later.